It's weird. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. People might find it strange. What is up, my brethren? This is HeckleTV. I am Jarvis Black. Thank you for coming back. What was that? Why was I doing that? What was I doing? This is this motion.
You might be an annoying person.
Okay, first thing is first. I want to say thank you to everybody who's been watching my videos for the last couple of years. I started this YouTube channel just because I like creating content. I love the creative process, and I hope that I'm making content that people want to see. And we recently, and I say we because it's all because of you, we crossed the 250,000 view mark. Now, compared to probably all of your favorite YouTubers.
And we are the Dober Brothers.
That doesn't seem like much. I had no idea that anyone would watch this channel, that anyone would watch these videos, that anyone would want to, let alone get, 250,000 views on my videos. I've always been interested in making video content. And even back in college, my friends and I made we wrote and filmed sketches and horrible movie parodies and things like that. So I've always been in love with that process. So I'm just super grateful that there's even just, a small amount of people that would find my content entertaining and want to watch these videos. It really means a lot to me. So I from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you to everyone watching. That's happened because of you. Wow. Okay, on to the story at hand. I love weird news stories. And
Buddy, you're weird.
I like to scour the the internet for weird stories. And I debated on whether or not I was going to talk about this story just because it hasn't really come to fruition. All of the facts have not been flushed out of this story, but I found it fascinating. There has to be this weird psychological component involved in this circumstance. All of the things that I'm about to say, all of the information that has come forth so far is alleged.
Alleged.
No one has been tried or convicted of any crimes or anything of that sort yet. There is a court date set soon. January 6th, actually. So hopefully this video gets out even before that even happens. But so back in November, police arrested this 54-year-old woman, Kimberly Heller. She's been charged with abuse of a corpse. Now, I don't know about you, but when I think of abuse of a corpse, I think of like somebody taking a baseball bat or a crowbar to a body. And I mean, not just any body, a body of someone who's passed on to another realm. I don't know if that's happened in this case. So Kimberly, Kim, I don't know if she goes by Kimberly K, Miss Heller. She lived with her mother in New Hampshire. Family members became pretty concerned after they hadn't heard from Heller's mother in some time. I don't know exactly how long. It sounds like it was months. Family was concerned enough that they felt like they needed to call the police and for a wellness check. And so the police showed up, but no one was home, or at least they thought no one was home because nobody answered the door. They returned the next day. This woman, this 54-year-old woman from Bedford, New Hampshire, she wouldn't let the police in. So they went, obtained a search warrant, and returned later on that day. When they went inside, what they found was Heller's mother, who had clearly been deceased. She had clearly passed on like a long time prior. And an autopsy later revealed that she had died of natural causes. It doesn't appear that there was foul play necessarily involved, but the autopsy showed that she had passed away around Memorial Day of last year. So we're talking about 6 months that she had been in the home with Miss Heller. What I don't understand is how or why somebody would want to live in a house for 6 months or more with a rotting corpse, whether that's like your mom or anything else. I have to imagine that the stench, the smell would just be unbearable. And in terms of motivation, the one thing that came up in report after report about this story is that the authorities said that the mom, Miss Heller's mother, continued to receive Social Security checks deposited into her bank account. What I could not find was any information indicating whether or not that money had been used and whose bank account exactly. My assumption had been that it was that it was Heller's mother's bank account that it continued to be deposited into. But it sounds like from all the stories that I read, and there were a lot, most of them pretty much the same basic facts, but kind of implied that she had kept her mother's body there and didn't report the death because she was somehow benefiting or profiting from the Social Security checks. Now, I don't know if you're very familiar with Social Security, but it's not like a pension. It's not like a retirement because you worked for a company for 60 years or whatever, and now you're getting these benefits. Like, it's pretty shit pay. Social Security is not very much money. So it seems hard for me to believe that was someone's motivation for not reporting their death. Now, if they had been getting some other kind of retirement money or had some other kind of income, sure, like if it was significant, but not reporting somebody's death to get Social Security, it's just not, it's like, that's not enough to like want to deal with that situation, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I also didn't see any indication that she had used the money or had like pulled the money out of her mom's account, or that it was being deposited into her account and she was somehow using the money and had been on some spending spree for the last 6 months. There was nothing to indicate that had been the case. But I don't know. I mean, hey, weirder things have happened, I'm sure. I guess that's just the thing. Like, why? Why did she do this? Why? What motivates someone to do something like this? If it's not money, were there unresolved issues that she had with her mom? Or was it the opposite? Like, she just couldn't let go because she just loved her so much? There's got to be more to it, right? Like, what is this about? What would drive someone to do this? If not Norman Bates or some financial thing. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe it's a little crazy and money. I don't know. Or maybe it's some weird emotional connection tie. I don't know. I want to know. I want to know more. I want to know what comes out. Also, so when Miss Heller was arrested, so she's allegedly guilty of abuse of a corpse. She's been charged. It's a Class B misdemeanor that she's been charged with. Maybe that falls under the, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know, like maybe that falls under the category of her not reporting the death. And frankly, I'm kind of afraid to Google what constitutes abuse of a corpse. I mean, people can see, okay, your ISP and whoever they sell information to sees what you Google search. So I don't know that I need that in my history. I was curious, is it illegal to not report a family member's death? Because I don't know. So I looked it up. All the things that popped up were like IRS and Social Security information, like, and how you report a death to the IRS. I didn't want to raise any weird red flags in my Google search history. But if you know, please comment down below. Please let me know what the legal implications of this are. And maybe I shouldn't be afraid to just Google search it, especially I can say, I was researching this video But it just seemed like I felt uncomfortable searching for that information. So I can only imagine how uncomfortable it would be to actually be in that situation and not just searching for information on it. What I could deduce was that you should definitely, if somebody passes away in your household, you should call 911 and you should report it immediately. But definitely call someone, okay? Don't just live in a house like you're in the movie or Psycho, and live with your mother. You shouldn't do that. You should definitely not do that. It's weird. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. People might find it strange. They might not want to come to visit. Your dinner party invitations might come back rejected. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay. And again, if you guys are interested in this story, let me know in the comments below. Hit a like button, because I am curious in following this further and kind of seeing what happens, because I feel like there is a lot more about this story that's not being said. We might know a little bit more after January 6th, although I think the case is probably going to need to kind of, if it follows a path like any other legal case that I've seen, it takes some time to for things to come out and for anything to be resolved. But yeah, I'm really fascinated with this one. Let me know your thoughts. And again, thanks so much for watching. And hopefully you guys like weird stories as much as I do. I appreciate you. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that we had this little talk. I hope it meant as much to you as it means to me. And stay classy. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Yeah. This is the end of the video. Like and subscribe. Or maybe you don't think it's weird. Maybe you that's your bag. Maybe that's what you're into. I can't even say it. Living with bodies that are no longer animated, and not in the color, like the drawing sense.